Okay, so across on the left-hand side of the culture cloud, you'll see in purple, and in fact this works in the whole cloud. The purple text is subsets of the main text. And so if you want to go deep dive into each one of these, you go into the purple text. If you just want to understand the culture cloud at a superficial level, then you investigate the black text. So let's look at aesthetics, poetics, and affordances. Now, most people in ergonomics understand what an affordance is, but don't understand affordances psychologically or socially psychologically. So when we know something has an affordance, it by its design has an energy and tells us what to do. So objects don't just sit there in a neutral space. A chair tells us to sit, and we learn to sit through a heuristic from early childhood. We learn what affordances are from a very young age. So we learn through paralinguistics that when you get a bottle, that a bottle has a lid, right? And that lid can be taken off. And that is what the bottle affords. Now, this bottle doesn't have water in it, so I can't drink. It's got tablets in it, see?
Yep.
Okay, so as a child, you learn the affordance of a bottle and interpret what the bottle does, and the bottle has a energy and it speaks for itself because its design is learned through heuristics. So you can see now in the culture cloud how there's an interlink between affordances and heuristics. And so, you know, you've probably seen that movie about the Kalahari Bushmen who discover the Coke bottle dropped from the sky, and of course they've never seen one before. And so
the gods must be crazy.
yeah, the gods must be crazy. So of course we understand that movie through the heuristics of when you have an object you've never seen before, you don't know its affordance. And so in things like aesthetics and poetics, you learn these things as well in a similar way. So poetics is anything that can't be measured. Poetics is anything that can't be measured, yet poetics is essential. It's not about poetry. It's any form of communication, any form of doing, any form of action that can't be measured. So, for example, my wife loves gardening. She's been a gardener for over 50 years. She comes from a family whose father was a professional nurseryman for 50 years. Her love of gardening, her knowledge of plants, her knowledge of the environment and cultivation and propagation is extraordinary, but you can't measure it. You don't look at the bloom of a rose and think, oh, well, I'll give you 7 out of 10. And depending on how the rose is given or where the rose is situated, it has a completely different meaning. So if I cut off a red rose on the 14th of February, it has a very, very different meaning on Valentine's Day than if I cut off a red rose because I want to prune it. So when we understand aesthetics and poetics, we go way, way, way beyond text, way into semiotics, into semiosis, and into these affordances which are communicated in the way objects are used. And so it's way beyond artifacts. But again, none of this is studied at all in the risk and safety world and is not even considered important. So all of the communicative power of unconscious meaning in poetics and in aesthetics are lost. And I'll give you a simple another one in aesthetics. Let's say music, okay? I can change the concentration level of a truck driver to make it safe or unsafe, or to help manage fatigue or not fatigue, just by the use of the aesthetics of music, just by the use of color, just by the use of temperature. So all of this stuff is highly sophisticated, but rarely considered, because aesthetics is not something you study in risk and safety.
Right, let's leave that one there and
Okay.
we'll move on.
Okay.